Delish. Okay, so I know it's like a thing to wash your face and then put your makeup on because you have a clean slate, but when you wash your face, you definitely need to give back to your skin what you've just stripped it of. Every product before makeup, I personally like to pick lightweight so it doesn't layer on thick, mix with your makeup, and then you have some sort of weird paste and then you blame me. So for hydrating and depuffing the eyes, I like to go in with the Versed Vacation Eyes. It's a brightening eye gel. It does have vitamin C and ginseng root extract in it, which is great for if you're sleepy, you're looking and feeling a little bit dull. Pop a little bit of this on, tap, 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 blend it in. It glides right across the skin, and it's going to depuff and just make you look a little more awake. It really does help. Lancome Genifique. This is fabulous. It helps rebuild the skin barrier, strengthen the skin barrier. It's just an all-around great serum. Lightweight, hydrating, everything good for the skin, it does. And Merit, this is my little secret weapon for moisturization. It is also a primer, so moisturizing, hydrating, and it's a makeup primer. Before it dries down, I go ahead and go in with a foundation. For the transition from summer to fall, I love Giorgio Armani Voluminous Silk. I know, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. It is so wonderful at not being too glowy and dewy, not being too matte. It just dries down and looks like beautiful skin. It's stunning. It's so stunning. And I like the fact that you can buy them in these smaller bottles like this. There's a bigger one. This one is the 0.6 ounce. People like me that change shades with the seasons, this is great. I go in with 2 pumps. Look at how perfect this foundation is. It's so lightweight. Look at that. It's so lightweight. Start at the center, and to keep my everyday makeup looking just soft and light, I avoid the under eyes. I'll just tackle that with concealer, and then I push it out onto the ears, into the hairline. But the difference already from before I put this foundation on to now, girl, no denying that this stuff is amazing, and it just blends like a dream. So for that girl that's like, okay, I just need to like boom, 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 put it on and go, this is for you, sis. See how it's just perfect for every day? It's not heavy. It doesn't look super matte. It doesn't look dewy. It just looks like skin. What? Natasha Denona, you should have known. You should have known. And don't worry, I'm not going to pull out 3 and be like, you need 3 separate concealers. No, this is just my Natasha Denona concealer collection. Skincare, super skin-like, stays put. It works great for me. I'll put a code on the screen if you want to save some money on it, but this is literally my holy grail of a concealer. I have 3 because for one, this one, the N2, Neutral 2, I'm almost out of. And it makes me very sad, but you can see it's like running out. I do one swipe and it's like, oh, she's tired. But you see from a distance how much like my skin this shade is. So I go in with this shade just to conceal any spot that I want to even out. That I'm gonna let sit. I'm gonna let it soak into the skin. That was N2. And while that happens, let's do a little sculpting. If you've been watching me, you already know my trick. It's my tried and true trick, and I'm obsessed with it. This is the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint, and I'm gonna use it to do a little shaping of the face. This one is in shade 220. Obviously, it's dark for me. I literally just lift this up like so and take my brush and grab some product, and then I kind of just stamp it along where I want to shape, and then I go back through and shape the face. And I'm not saying like cream bronzers, liquid bronzers, contours, powder, whatever you use, I'm not saying they don't work, but a skin tint is going to literally be made to stay on the skin, to be super skin-like, to not leave like a powder residue. So using the skin tint has been a game changer for me. And you can see it still looks super skin-like. So you can see like there's a sharp line there, it's harsh. But buffing that, it just blends into the skin like a foundation would. Wonder why? Because it's a skin tint. I'm telling you, if you have trouble with bronzers or contouring, this would be the best way to start if you were to ask me. You get like 2 shades darker than what you would choose for your foundation. Now that that's there, let's go in with a beauty blender and push in what we've concealed for the under eyes. Blend everything out. Super easy to blend, as you can see. Look at that. I also take what's left on the beauty blender and we're going to, because here lately, I've just been really busy. 2 new jobs, taking in a lot of information at these jobs, and like makeup has not been #1 on my mind in the morning. So I just take the eyeshadow, the concealer, and pop it on the lids just to cover darkness of the veins and all that stuff, the discoloration that your lids can put out. Next, what I do, if I even am in the mood to do it, which today I am, I'm going to brighten with this one, which is the HLn&x, the lightest rose neutral shade that they have. And it's so bright that literally all you need dots. You don't need any more than that. If you ever make the mistake, which that wasn't a mistake, I knew how bright I was getting, but if you ever make that mistake, you don't have to go in with a full swipe. Just use a little bit. I'm telling you, it will spread, and if it's the correct undertone, it will mesh with your foundation or your concealer, you know, whatever. See? And I know it's like, oh, you've already added an extra step of brightening, but if your products are good and they blend well, it's no time at all. Seriously. Everything now has a little more dimension, a little more shape. We look awake, refreshed, bright, and let me tell you, I don't feel refreshed, awake, and bright. I feel tired, sleepy, and not refreshed. So quick, so easy, and we look good. All right, so this is another, if you've been watching me, product, the HAUS Labs, what is it, the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. This one is the medium level 8, and I just use a little bit to not even shape it. I don't reconstruct the nose. I just sharpen it a little and add some definition just so the face doesn't look so washed and like one-noted, which it doesn't, but this helps. I literally like tap, 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 place pigment. You see there's barely any. And place pigment on the nose, and then I'll go and I'll spread everything out. I'll bring it up here so there's no harsh lines that stop here. You see how little I put? It looks, okay, so the sunlight's coming in this way, so it looks like it's crazy dark here, but it's really not, promise. It's just the way the light's hitting. But you can see there is more shape and definition. If you don't want the tip of your nose to be so pronounced, take your bronzer or whatever sculpting product you're using and just kind of pull it up, not only on the tip, but also on top of the nose, which will add just kind of a little bit of a, like it just shortens. And I take a little bit and do under the lip, which helps give us a little pout, like so. Boom, bada bing, bada boom, done. Let's set the concealer. You could do, if you use a powder, contour, or bronzer, feel free to do this right after you do concealer, like you can do your nose, or you can set it. Because they're both powder products, you can do whichever one you want to do first. Sometimes I do the nose first, sometimes I set the concealer first. Because they're both the same powder, you can do either or. This is the Fenty Beauty. It has become one of my faves, the Givenchy and the Fenty. So good. Fenty's gonna give you a little more coverage, a little more of that full beat look. So why I grabbed this one, I don't know. I do like it. So we're gonna go in with it. I take a little sponge from, this is just a little Tarte sponge, and pop it in. And I literally take a mirror, pop some there, pop some there, and then this is where I move the powder with the powder puff and set places that typically crease on me, like smile lines or whatever. Boom. You see the difference? And same here. I only dip in the product once, and I use that one dip. I get enough to do both sides of my face like this. If you think that, and some people think it, sometimes I think it too, I'm very back and forth, but if you think that, well, you've just used a powder to set it and now it doesn't look like an everyday look, you look like, you know, you have a lot of makeup on or you just look powdery, whatever, I get it. You need a really good setting spray. I really like the e.l.f. one. I'll go get it. I'll show you. The Charlotte Tilbury one's really good as well. But you need to, like, every single time you do something with your base, with your complexion, you need a pancake setting spray in every single time. Might take you a little bit longer, but boom. Powder, donezo. And it really, truly, she looks good. She does. The base is, dare I say, basing? The base is basing. Here's a prime example of pancaking your setting powder in. I'm gonna use the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray from e.l.f. Before I put on my blush, I'm going to spray her down, do the brows, so that way the spray can sit, can melt into the skin, can do what it does, and then I'll go in with blush. I'm gonna make sure that this is dry first though, so doing the brows in between should be plenty of time. Let's spray this. The mister on this is perfect and it's $10. Now let's do some brows. The difference is just unreal, but we're not finished. We're not finished. Okay, first step of the brows done with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Mine is in the shade 4. Next, I go in with this Merit. I think this is the 90s volumizing pomade. It's either the 80s or the 90s. I can't remember, but I will link it. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. Literally, it does hold, just not as strong as the Urban Decay Slick Brow Day, which my days when I go to work are long hours. So I need hold. I need the extra hold. So I go in just to give it more volume, a little more color on my actual brow hairs. I use very light strokes and touches, like almost like I'm doing touch-ups, like just barely need a little help here. And it also, like the bristles also kind of fizzle out any harsh lines that the Benefit brow pencil might have made, that, you know, I maybe have made with the Benefit brow pencil. Yeah, why was that so hard? And it's gonna lift the brow hairs as well. Just kind of blends everything together. Now, Slick Brow Day, Urban Decay. This is the glue that holds it all together. I literally take it and I like put the product on the brow, you see right there. That's just product that I placed on it, and then I take the comb part, this top part here, and kind of flick it through, and mimicking what I did with the Merit product. Boom! Brows are to look at the difference when you put on brows, girl! Now for blush, again with the everyday look, I like soft pink, almost leaning towards like corally. We'll show you what I mean when I show you this Pat McGrath blush. This is the Divine blush. You see how this is very soft. It does have a sheen to it, meaning as I turn it, you can kind of see like a beam, like a glow, a dew. It doesn't have glitter though, just a sheen. But you can see how soft this shade is. It's almost like a light version of the NARS Orgasm blush. And I go in and tap tap and I place pigment. See how light? That's what I want. And I bring it up. Most of the pigment that was placed on the apples of the cheek, and then it just kind of diffuses as you bring it up. See the my cheeks are already really pronounced, so I'm probably not the best to be like natural, soft. But shade wise, yes, natural and soft. And then I just take on the nose. This is, some people love it, some people don't, but it just adds like a little bit of like, oh, the cool fall air. I like it, at least for now I like it. I might look back in a year and be like, what was I doing? So let's go in with some lower lash product. This is the Mr. Big, Monsieur Big from Lancome. And I just give a quick, soft, easy on the lower lashes. Very lightweight. That I can truly say is lightweight. Dun da da da. She's ready. She's ready for the day. She's ready for work. I mean, minus the hair. After this, I spray it down again with the same product, your favorite setting spray. And then I would take a lip oil or just some kind of light lip balm for an everyday look. bop, 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 done, out the door. And she's done. Ah, we love. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me. Now's a good time to catch up on all the new New Yorker vlogs, the fall, the work-life balance that I can't seem to find right now. But it won't always be like this. We're gonna keep posting, keep it moving. I'm so blessed. I have such a wonderful life. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.